You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Bad Girls Club. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Bad Girls Club news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Bad Girls Club.
That's why I said it. To the life you wish you had with sugar, spice, and everything. But bad girls, like it's so tough. Don't you wish you could roll it up? Not to hate us, can't get enough. Welcome to the Bad Girls Club. Bad Girls.
What up, AfterBuzzers? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here at the AfterBuzz TV studios in the booth. Here in studio, we have my homie to my left,
Cameron Marston.
All right. And across from Cameron Marston, we have
Christina. Beaty.
CB.
That's right.
girl. What are you giving us with that hair right now?
I actually like it.
Yeah, I do too.
What about it?
Like when you first came in, I was getting very Jackie O, and now I'm getting like, I don't know.
Like the dirt?
Looks healthy. No, it looks healthy.
Yeah, it looks
Has a nice curl
the
to
dirt,
it.
like the one.
like you're using fructose.
Oh, well, thank you. A little Enjoy product. A
like
little bit of this.
It's a
Flick of the
Garnier
wrist.
commercial.
Ooh, thank you, darling.
Like we could tie your hair to the pole in the back and start pulling you. All right, anyways.
Fructis.
So we got to
Can't say it
get this
hasn't happened.
show on the road going because
Okay,
we
hit
have
it.
a special
Got it.
guest calling in. Awesome episode.
Oh, so awesome.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
That's right. Or a new trick, old dogs.
Yeah. So last week, as we're looking up on the screen now, we saw that Nastasia was trying to kick out Judy and Tasha, and we found out basically that she really wasn't trying to kick Judy out, and it was all part of her master plan. Cameron
She's scheming.
called it. You called it.
Well, I mean, I think it's also kind of played. I mean, she was pushing Judy, but she did make that comment last week about, I really want Tasha out. I'm just going to teach Judy a lesson. So, I mean, how it really played out, I think it was a little bit more piecemeal as it came along, as the story
She was kind of
transpired?
improvising as she went, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe just a tad.
Yeah.
She was playing the part. I'll give her that.
You know how you have to do with these bitches?
So Tasha calls the police because Stassi threw her clothes away.
How are you going to call the police and report a fight from the Bad Girls Club?
They've done it before.
Really?
Actually, we showed it here. One of the big fights that we showed season 4, or I want to say 4.
But I'm assuming that the cops were coming to break up the fight,
No,
right?
No. She called the cops to file a report after. This has happened before. And
It's
actually, the
twice. Huh?
Maybe
At least twice.
Well, once was because they literally the cops had to come, and the other one was because the girl had called the police, like Tasha did. How old is Tasha? Do we remember that? Like, I'm gonna have my parents bring the SWAT team. Like, you're gonna call your mom and dad.
You know?
She's complaining. The cops like, picks up his cell phone. Yeah, let me call you back.
She calls 911. They put her on hold.
That is not a police report. I need a police report.
Right?
How do you know?
How do you know what a police report is? She didn't answer that though.
Those cops are kind of sassy, even with Stassi.
Yeah, he's like, "Are you the boss here? Are you running the show, miss?"
No.
He said that's just how the house works. No, that's not how the law works.
She's like, "Here, you fight for your merit.
You know,
Who are you?"
Shelly's such a flip-flop. She's going back and forth saying to Stassi, okay, so we wanted Tasha out the house. What about Judy? But then at the same time saying, you know, we shouldn't be throwing her stuff out. Then going out to Tasha and saying, you know, really you shouldn't have called the police. And I did like what Tasha said because she just sounds so stupid. She wrote, Shelly said, what are you doing? She said, well, I'm filling a police report because I got kicked in the head. So yeah, I'm filling out a police report. A police report. Like, how many times are we going to say police report, bitch? I can't with these
Because
people.
they're in
She's
that
like,
shock. Like, oh my God, I just got hit.
I just have to get all this paperwork done before the SWAT team gets here, you know?
No, just how can I get this bitch one up? How can my money make this bitch feel bad? That's what I feel like she was saying.
Oh my God, I'm not above this.
Yeah. No, bitch, you are it. You are it. Star of the show. Another interesting piece that was just kind of thrown in there. Angie and Shelly were only in jail for a half hour.
That is
They made it seem like they slept in there.
you know, Shelly's all crying going into the cell.
But it explains why Shelly wasn't upset afterwards.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the crew probably came, paid their bail, got them out.
Or they prepped them before they even went in. Like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
You'll
Like,
be
you're
held in
gonna
a
go to
separate tank.
jail.
You'll be in the holding tank. The real vagrants. You'll be fine.
You might get you.
We do this all the time with your kids.
I mean, things happen. You shouldn't have been fighting.
You have something for your little finger game.
But you will only be in there for a half hour. So Tasha leaves the house. I wasn't really sure if that was Tasha's choice or if she got kicked out. I kind of believe like she decided she wanted to leave.
Well, the verbiage that they said was because she struck first, she had to leave.
And I feel like she didn't pull enough weight during the season for the producers to really care
fight
about
for her.
to
Right,
stay.
because even though she struck first, Stassi,
If it would have been Stassi, they'd be like, "Oh, girl, you could stay."
No, but I
You
think
go
it
stay in a
has more
hotel
to
for
do
a
with what
night."
Stassi says. If Stassi says, I want her out, there's no talking about it, there's no bartering, then I think they have to follow through. Because that's how it was when they went to Cancun that one season and the whole fight happened. Because she faked apology, the girl was like, well, I guess you can stay. It was up to the girl who got hit.
Right. But with this situation, the only thing I'm thinking, because I can't remember what season it was, but the girl threw the punch, but they let her stay because the other girl
That was the flow season.
She antagonized it, right? They allowed her to stay
That
because
was
the
Flo
other
and
person,
Amber, right?
I think it might have been. But what I'm going with this is Tasha did throw the first whatever.
Whack.
It was an open hand.
Yeah.
And if you watch it back, it wasn't even like a real like blow to the face.
Yeah.
It was because they were scuffling around.
I think honestly,
To me,
I think that's
Stassi,
Tasha's.
I think.
That's all she got was an open hand.
Well, maybe
you know what
if
I mean?
the target wasn't
So-
that weighted down, it would have had more effect.
And Tasha, what she
Stassi's
got?
so grounded.
What she got? Tasha got nothing. We've been waiting for this bitch to go
Bitch,
home
I'm Persian.
all season.
Bitch, I'm Persian.
All she got is a little open-handed.
She has the
That's it.
sands of
That's
time.
it.
I love the
The
music that they
Persian
were
princess.
playing. You're 15 minutes out.
Over. Thank God. Hallelujah.
So then after that, we moved to a redeeming moment for the show, as you said, Cam. Tiara was not gonna let Stassi pick on Judy anymore. That was probably one of my favorite things of this whole season, to see someone finally standing up for Judy and making that call. Judy's crazy, but she was sitting in the back. She was sitting on that couch, not answering Stassi, like real quiet, like
It's like, I just hope they don't find me.
nervous, like, yep, I don't know
Please
what
do
to do.
not find me.
Like, not to detract,
Yep,
but I'm going
right.
to detract. Judy, as crazy as Judy is, she still has some grounding in reality as opposed to our other Real Housewives
A smidge.
participant. You know what I mean? Seriously. I don't know.
I love Tiara's newfound love for Judy. I think it's so cute.
I think it was always there, but I think Tiara just had minimal patience for some of Judy's antics. But I think that, again, like I said, that was the redeeming factor so far from this
She's
season.
definitely hypersensitive.
Yeah.
Well, so let's talk about other people who kind of like Judy. We see this episode, Shelly, Judy, and Cheyenne kind of have this little never have I ever game going on. And all of a sudden, Judy likes Shelly.
Again.
Go ahead.
But the game was after Stassi divulging that she knows, correct?
Yes.
See, but that's a good question.
Yes.
Now that I say that, we don't know because I brought up to Jesse in the screening that things are out of sync. They're not in sequence all the time. They're not in order because when Stassi talked to Judy divulging what she knew, her hair was down. But when she was being told about the situation from Tiara, her hair was up in a bun. So
Was she wearing the same clothes?
same clothes. But after the fight, Stassi's hair was down. And then she finally put it up, and that's when Tiara told her. So, but it was kind of, for me, it was out of sync. So a lot of things are not really in time
They're on the
sequence.
producer's storyboard.
Yeah. So I don't know how that all pans out.
What came first?
Yeah, the chicken or the egg.
Well, so I mean, it just shows how young Judy is.
Yeah.
For her to just be going back and forth with this.
But I think she's playing it. I think she's adding to that whole element of surprise. Like, she can't wait to see Shelly get pummeled.
Oh, hell no. I can't either.
You know, it's like, I'm going to befriend her. And then when it's time for her to go, I'm just going to laugh my ass off.
I think a small little part of Judy is very young
And hold her
very
voodoo
nice.
doll on her
You
head
know
like a baby.
exactly right. Protect it.
Baby, look.
But I think she's a little naive. Like when she's
Watching the whole confrontation, she's like chewing her fingernails, right?
And like Stassi's just, I mean, she says it how it is. She's like, you are just a pawn in my game. And Judy better, sit back and just watch things go down if she's smart. That's what I think.
I thought you weren't really my friend.
She's like, I thought you liked it better than me.
Well, so what did you guys think? What do you guys think of Stassi right now? Like,
I feel like she's
writing
changed
on
throughout the season.
I mean, and not in a good way. I do entertainment-wise, I do like this mastermind plan because it is funny.
I know.
However, it takes away from her character of who she was supposed to be.
And that's why I liked her from the beginning. Like,
and the
what
I
happened?
run New Orleans thing, like, I get what you're trying to do, but I don't know.
I think I lost
Sad.
my endearment to her because it is not contrived. She's building or creating this false character, so you don't really get to relate to her.
Yes.
It's all like you don't know what's real with her. Yeah, she's now we know she's a little more hardcore than she was playing herself up to be.
Just pushed at
which is great
the end
for
of her
ratings,
rope.
but you can't relate to her as a person because you don't know what the real her is. If it's all a master plan, then like at least Tanisha, you kind of got a sense that she was like that all
from
the
the
time.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know who Stassi really is.
The many faces of Nastasia.
And also going through this, I gotta say, I kind of really like Angie because she has been the same all season.
Mm-hmm.
She's never really gone back. She's played both sides, but she's never been.
Wait a second, because she had just as much to do with that contacts thing as Shelly did. Minus the fact that she spoke up about it.
Well, not really, because she was just in the room and Shelly came in and told her what she did. Yeah. And at that time...
Yeah, but she's a lapdog.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing. But that's because she's so young. Like, as soon as she gets over that, hopefully when she gets over that, the person that she will be, I'm hoping, will be much more open than...
No, I agree. Because she's a prank.
flower.
She's part of the prank. She was part of the prank because I think she filled the bottle up, didn't she? After
the bleach thing,
yeah.
which was stupid.
She
part
didn't
of the
execute the
but
prank.
I do believe, I agree that she was consistent with her character. Again, she's young. She doesn't have that much life experience to bring to the table where she's actually entertaining, but she was herself seemingly through and through. So.
Well,
I feel like we've seen many shades of young.
We're going to get back to this. We have
Got
our
it.
special guest on the line. We have James McGibney.
JM?
James, you there?
Up, McGibbs.
Hi.
Hey, James.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. Glad to have you. So James is the creator of this site called cheatersville.com.
Tell us all
Yeah,
about it.
Cheaterville.
Cheaterville. I'm
Cheaterville.
sorry. Now,
Where all the cheaters reside.
going back, I remember this on Maury.
Yeah.
Yes. You got to go back then. But basically, well, James, why don't you explain to us the idea, the premise of Cheaterville?
So, yeah, basically, I was in the Marine Corps. I was on an overseas deployment with one of my Marine Corps buddies, and we came back from a deployment and found out his wife had been having an affair during the entire time. And we didn't find out till the very end on our way back. So we thought it'd be cool if there's a website where you can blast someone like that. So that's basically how Cheaterville came about.
Yeah.
If you're dating someone and you find out they're cheating on you, you can blast them on Cheaterville for millions of people to see.
You could be a registered cheater.
That's it.
Well, so now what? This just came out of so this really just came from this one incident, or was it something you were thinking about? Like, have you had any personal experiences where you're like, I wish there was a way to just get these bitches back?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely that incident. And look, I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been cheated on, and I've cheated. I'm married with kids, so it was a long time ago. But I had been on both sides of the fence. And when I cheated, honestly, I didn't even care about the other person at the time. Obviously, I wouldn't have done it. Nor did I really care about the repercussions. I mean, it destroyed a family. It ruined a lot of lives in the process. But at the time, I really didn't care. And now in retrospect, I feel like a jackass and a douche for doing that. But, and then on the flip side, I have been cheated on. But, one thing I could tell you from, someone who has cheated, two things happen when you get caught. Like, you'll either realize that it was a huge mistake and you become a better man and a better person. I know that's so cliche, but that really is what happened to me. Or you realize you're a habitual cheater and you're just going to keep doing it over and over and over again.
You accept
and that's the cool thing about Cheaterville. It stops people. It makes people think twice before cheating.
Absolutely, because I was on your site today, actually. And it's really, I gotta say, when I heard the site, and I do remember you talking about it back on Maury, but I had never gone out to look at it. So I'm on the site today, and it's like a very entertaining website. You can go to a map of where a lot of people are cheating.
You can see where all the cheaters
like an Amber
live.
Alert.
I mean, like, the East Coast, not looking good, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Not looking good.
What state is the worst?
Yeah, do you know specific?
Yeah, I do. And, the thing is, we did a promotion with MTV and Jersey Shore.
Nice.
And people were killing me in the press. Like, why in the world would you team up with the Jersey Shore to do something about anti-cheating? Well, the fact of the matter is, I didn't even watch the show. I watched it a couple times, and it's
Great
just not
little
for me
program.
personally. But the amount of viewership that they draw is through the roof. I mean, we got millions of hits instantaneously. But the byproduct of that was New Jersey for that week outpaced all of the United States and Canada combined
Per capita.
for the most cheaters posted.
Wow. And I also think that's probably the perfect show because they're talking about those things. I mean, we had this
Exactly.
season
It's
Snooki
relevant.
and her
For
boyfriend,
sure.
JWoww in the past, and Sammy and Ronnie. So technically, that's actually the best show for you to be working with. But New Jersey, huh?
Awesome.
Amazing.
Jersey, New York, and LA has quite a few. Ironically, I started it in Vegas. I live in Las Vegas, and everyone's thinking Vegas was going to be the worst place to start this. But, even the tagline we have, Vegas isn't the only Sin City, because we're one of the last as far as all the states are concerned with the amount of cheaters that are posted.
I think Kansas or Nebraska was probably, if you don't want to get cheated on, either go to Nebraska or they're being quiet about it. But literally the map looks like a Verizon 3G like coverage. it's really crazy.
It seems to me like in places like Las Vegas where people tend to be happier, people would do less cheating.
Or people go there to cheat, so
Yeah.
it's not really their state.
Exactly.
So they don't get marked down. Well, another thing you had on your site is Cheater of the Day.
Nice.
And so basically, yes, you vote against who's the worst cheater. So now today we had one girl.
You get a story.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this.
I
love
And
that.
I got to say this too, because I actually watched an interview of you also, because I had questions myself. I was like, well, you can't just let people post pictures of anybody, because if I was just mad at somebody,
Then
but you
boom.
give them the
Done.
ability to write back and comment and kind of stick up for themselves, and you do have a capability of taking the post down, correct?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about Cheaterville. I mean, I get crushed in the media all the time about how is this even legal. But at the end of the day, we are not the ones who are posting the information. We're actually guided by the exact same laws as Facebook or Twitter, the Communications Decency Act of 1996. We're just a forum where people communicate with each other. And that's the really cool thing about Cheaterville. If you found out your significant other was cheating on you and you're pissed off and there was no closure and it just left because you threw their shit out the front door, and then you go to Cheaterville and you post information about them, they'll find out. I mean, everyone always finds out when they land on Cheaterville. And they'll threaten us with a lawsuit, then they realize that can't go anywhere. So then they'll reach out to the person, and a lot of times they'll do it directly on the post and say, I'm a jerk off, I cheated, here's what happened, here's why I cheated, which is kind of interesting to get into the psyche of why certain people cheat, because there's so many different reasons. And they'll apologize. The person who put that post up can then take that post down immediately and make it not visible. So they get their closure.
Is there a place for the cheaters that are posted to redeem themselves?
Cupidville. So after I saw so much traffic coming from dating sites like Match, Plenty of Fish, where, it's just like an online resume. Everyone looks great online. You can do no wrong, but before they meet that person for the first time, they would go on Cheaterville and do a quick look, So then I decided we should start our own dating site. And it's the first dating site in the world where if you're a listed cheater on Cheaterville, you can't become a member of Cupidville.
Nice.
But you can redeem yourself on there and explain why everything happened on Cupidville, and then we'll let you in. So it's pretty cool.
But I'm going to give you. I'll give you this. But I kind of feel like you should have a cheating website so that the cheaters can all mingle with each other. They have a lot in common.
It's called Ashley Madison. I don't own it, but I mean that's a site where that's exactly what it's there for.
That's amazing.
That is so crazy.
So some other fun things you have on your site, like I said, you had vote for cheater of the day, and you guys like put people's names out there, like so. I'm gonna just do this before I start going any deeper with it. Excuse me.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
But so we have Sarah versus Travis, and now Sarah basically kept cheating on her man and getting pregnant by other people.
Oh no!
He was very upset about it. She has like
I used to live in that trailer park.
You did. 3 or 4 babies right now, and she would keep the only child that is actually his. She kept away from him while she was getting abused by her new boyfriends, and the kid was getting abused. So we have Sarah versus Travis, who is an ex-NFL player who uses women and lives with them as girlfriends and takes their money. And if he takes you out on a date, apparently that means that he got money from another girl, and you get to vote.
Oh my gosh!
So personally, I didn't know who to vote on.
I vote for Sarah.
Sarah, like you're affecting a child. At least he's affecting dumb girls. So, I think I would go with that. So I think that's kind of fun. I just couldn't believe that when I saw it. But, and then you also have this thing called Cheaters Court. Please explain that.
So Cheaters Court actually hasn't even come out yet. We're working on it now, but I can tell you if you're around your TV on Thursday, you're going to see it live and in action on the Dr. Drew show,
Yay.
Life Changers.
Oh, really?
So basically it's where, you have the accuser and the cheater, the alleged cheater, each go on Cheaters Court, and they get to give their side of the story, and then Dr. Drew, who for this show, these couple shows, was Judge Drudy, and the bailiff was Lonnie Love. She's an amazing comedian. She was the bailiff, and they each got to tell their side of the story, and whoever was the victor. So basically, if the cheater ended up being the victor, and that it was proved that the allegations were false, the other person would have to take the post down.
That sounds awesome.
So interaction. Got to make that coin. That's a great gimmick.
I mean,
love
this website has so much interaction. Some more things that we have. Celebrity cheaters. And then I love this, the spy shop. Inside.
Yeah, and that links out to my buddy who runs Cheaters.com, the TV show, Bobby Goldstein. He's the owner, good friend of mine, and he has a whole shop where you can buy spy gadgets. The funnest part of that site for me, though, is on the fun page. I don't know if you've played any of those games yet, but Charlie Sheen Shootout, and they're a blast. You could spend 5 hours on that page. I spend like 2 hours a day on it.
Nice.
Amazing. Is there any like specific stories on the site that just like really stick out to you that are just like, oh my God, like you're a mess?
I used to tell one that's now recently been trumped. I'll tell you 2 quick ones. The first one was a woman met a guy on Match.com. She lived in Vegas. He lived in California. He flew out here. They had a weekend fling. That Thursday, she found out she caught an STD. She went to tell him, and he vanished. No email, no text messages, no phone calls, just vanished. She figured out where he lived, went to his house, knocked on the door. Wife answers with 3 or 4 kids in the background. All hell breaks loose, and it comes to find out it was a 100% true story. She uploaded proof, because you could upload proof on Cheaterville, like text messages, emails, voicemails. She uploaded everything.
Awesome.
This guy was nailed. That was just trumped this past week. a guy to prove that he was sleeping with this guy's wife. Took a picture of her while she was completely naked in the hotel room with his business card next to her face on the pillow.
Oh,
That is getting caught red-handed.
that's some like mastermind scheming right
You
there.
guys should
For
create
real,
like,
that's a hoe that knows.
should create like the Scientology shakedown.
Yeah.
And you know what's horrible about that? Both those stories I told are men, but I have to tell you the most shocking thing about this company. When I started, all my Marine Corps buddies were like, look, you're going to kill mankind. I mean, if you watch Lifetime for 10 minutes, you want to kill yourself if you're a guy. But the fact of the matter is, 81% of the cheaters posted on our site are women. And out of that, 40% are women outing other women on our site.
Oh, snap.
Wow. And that's
Oh, some catty girls.
right.
I'm
And I
no
mean,
cheater.
it's funny because you're calling into the Bad Girls Club after show, and
Well, there you go.
yeah. So I mean, these girls they play it up a little bit, but as we've seen, I think if Shelly had herself a little female in there, she would have been on this cheater site. Do you ever at all feel like a little guilty for some things, or has there ever been a case where someone outed the person and it wasn't really true, but
See, and that's the thing. Yeah, we're not judge or jury, so it's not up to me to decide whether a post is true or not. However, if you read some of the history on some of these posts, and you find out children are involved, like that example I gave you, the Match.com incident, yeah, I feel like crap. I mean, I'm married with 2 kids, and it sucks that, that happens. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one that cheated. So, I know that the site, either people love the site or they hate it. People who don't cheat or don't have to worry about cheating incidents love Cheaterville. People who cheat or know that they possibly could cheat hate the site, because when you land on there, that's it. And it's become so wildly popular. But, I've been fortunate to bump into quite a few celebrities here in Vegas and even in LA now who have pulled me aside and said, look, I don't cheat, nor would I, but if I even had that thought about cheating, I wouldn't now, because I know I would land on your site. And everyday people think that too. There's really no difference between celebrities or you or I. We're all, same issues, and everyone has a propensity to cheat if given the chance, I guess.
And here's an envelope to keep me off your site.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Make you show your web servers. So now another question I have for you. Is this just strictly for straight couples, or are there gay couples on there that do this, or is that a separate type of site?
a whole other site.
All of the above, yeah. And, we noticed it just depends. Like, it really started to, Perez Hilton did quite a few stories on Cheaterville, and then we started noticing, and we were glad to see it, the gay community just embraced it. So we're seeing quite a few posts. And those are always interesting. I always say with the site, women are smarter than men. And I'm not saying that to kiss anyone's ass or up because I'm on the show. I've said it a bazillion times. And my site proves it, because when a guy posts information about a woman cheater, or it's usually, I hate her, she cheated, she's a whore, I hope she dies, submit. When a woman post information about a cheater, it's a CSI crime scene investigation come to life.
I bet.
Proof
Hell
like you
hath
couldn't
no
imagine.
fury.
And even the gay community, it's great. Like when guys out other guys, there's no doubt that person cheated, because they put all the proof right there for everyone to see.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here thinking about, I'm like, I kind of think that might need to be its own site within itself. But then I feel like that could get really messy, because then that's going to be like a Facebook with just descriptions of every gay male in the
One degree
community.
of separation.
Right. Oh, well,
That's so wrong.
Yeah, it really is. Well, James, we want to thank you for calling in. Any
Thanks,
last
James.
promotion you want to give? So you said this Thursday you'll be on Life Changers?
Yeah, I'll be on Dr. Drew this Thursday. Next week, Anderson Cooper. Just a bunch of stuff. It's a humbling experience. The media has just pretty much embraced it. So I'm just so fortunate to be doing all these interviews. It's great.
And
Sweet.
Also, how long have you been doing this for? How long has this site been running?
Only 7 months. We started it or 8 months now. We started on Valentine's Day, and that's the craziest part. We're already up to 250,000 subscribers. So we're outpacing almost any other startup company on the planet, including Facebook, with the amount of initial subscribers we've had at our startup phase.
Well, I believe it's a great gimmick. I'm sure I'm going to add it to my
I know,
my
right?
Twitter. My friends will
Yeah,
be
I
on this by
appreciate it. Yeah, you
tomorrow
can follow us
morning.
on Facebook. I'd appreciate it, and Twitter. We're Cheaterville for Facebook and Cheaterville for Twitter. And I know on Facebook we have like 250,000 people, on our page right now, so it's pretty cool.
All right, guys, so let's change lives. Let's turn these cheaters back into redeeming people.
Gotta turn them out.
Cheaterville.com. All right, James, again, thank you very much for calling in, and good luck with your website.
All right, JM.
And I hope to see none of us on there.
That's right.
I'm just
Cool.
kidding.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support.
All right, have a good night.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, James.
Bye.
So Cheaterville.
Oh my God.
We're going to be on that tomorrow morning. I
cannot
trust
wait
me.
Oh,
I know.
I was like typing
Outta
people's name in
here.
already.
As
But
soon as
let's
I
get back to
bust
Bad
out.
Girls Club because we only have a short amount of time.
Real quick plug. Cheaterville. Cheaterville.com.
Cheaterville.
All right.
All right, so Stassi wants to beat Shelly's ass
Sure
on the
does.
last day, basically, because Tiara finally came out and told her, "Hey, Shelly's the one who did this." I like that plan, especially for seeing the preview for next week. I'm very excited for it.
Me too.
Let's save that, and we'll bring it actually back for predictions. Let's kind of talk about this charity event, because there was a lot of bullshit going
Sweet
on.
Jesus.
Shelly's randomly sick. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're randomly sick? You can't go out. I think she was kind of pulling that a little bit.
I think she was testing the other girls too. This whole control. She has this thing about wanting to control the others and seeing where their loyalty lies. And, I'm feeling so sick, so I really want you, Judy, you and Cheyenne to go and, take care of business because I'm not feeling well. And she's also playing in that whole, this new rebuilt friendship with Judy that is not really genuine per se, either direction. I think Shelly, Shelly said it before. She's just playing puppet master too, or trying to.
I agree about Shelly's control issues. It's almost like she wants to host a big event, but then she doesn't want to do everything, so she wanted to cop out and sleep in a little bit early. But I do love how Judy tried to sabotage Cheyenne because that whole designated driver thing the night before. She's like, bitch, I am not driving, so you go out and party, but we're waking our asses up bright and early tomorrow to go and promote for this charity. But back to Shelly, I feel like if you're a fucking host, you better be hosting.
Well, and so
You're hosting. You're in charge.
We'll get to Shelly in a second. What were your thoughts of Cheyenne as far as her pulling
Shotgun.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
I love
you don't know how to
Angie.
play this game.
Okay, but like, what is really the big Rosa Parks fucking deal? Like, it's a fucking car. You sit where you sit.
Oh, you
to
don't
get
understand.
to
Me and
A
my brothers
and
used to
B.
fight all the time
That's
for
different though.
shotgun.
You're in a family vehicle. You guys are always.
But there's always
riding
one who never
together.
played by the rules. We called shotgun. It never worked out. He would always pull the I'm the older brother trump card. And he'd be the last
Take
one
your
out of the
older
house.
brother ass to the back.
Oh, no. That's when you get beat up.
But I mean, and then it gets to the point, like, all right, you heard Angie was a bitch about it, and she was like, "Nope, I'm getting the front. You don't know how this works." The next day, I would have been out there. I would have made sure my hair was primed. Eyelashes were done.
First
I would have
one
been doing
in
my makeup
line.
in the car.
Okay. Tiara style.
I'm playing by
Hold
your
up.
rules.
Just put the window down. Shotgun. Like, no, bitch. You don't know how I play the game. Like, you're fighting over the front seat of a car.
I will
Get over
say,
it.
Angie, though, I have to say, I noticed more so this episode that her Washington Heights, whatever, her accent definitely is very picking, like she picks her.
Oh, yeah?
Where she places it. She spoke some pretty good English today without the accent. I was like, hold on. I like that. Know when to weave it in a little
That
bit.
Bronx. She knows how to hide that Bronx. So yeah, I mean, everyone's getting pissed off at Cheyenne. Shelly's mad at Cheyenne. She thinks she's annoying. We have Angie pissed off at
Tiara.
Cheyenne. And Tiara throwing damn bushes around.
Okay. But
Being
I feel
pissed
like
off.
she was just waiting for any given opportune moment to jump in on the nasty attitude train.
Who?
Tiara, right before she threw that plant. Because that's right before that, Stassi tells her that she's about to beat down Shelly and all this drama is happening. And I feel like attitudes are contagious. Now
Well-
that Stassi's ready to brawl out.
I think the sinking has something to do with that too, because it was already clear that Cheyenne was kind of a pig. She wasn't the cleanest.
no, she's lazy.
So I don't know how it all
Gross.
synced up, because some of their solo asides, whatever you call them, their little private moments with the camera. Sorry. Their clothing syncs up with different time frames. So I don't really know. I have to say
producers are
Tiara's
playing
my
games
favorite.
with us.
I definitely
too.
think Cheyenne was
Second
pissing the house off because of her clothing and just being sloppy. You know, and then the
And that
the
bitch
cherry
tripped
on
over
top-
her shirt.
Well, that's just like, no, bitch, that's proof. Like, I could have sprained an ankle because you left your damn shirt. Which that's kind of dramatic to me, but like,
It would be
But
Angie,
not
too.
answering the phone call, like, we don't know if they only get a certain amount of time to talk on the phones or, you know, so I think we had Natalie in here and she was saying you would use the phone and the producers would just cut it. Like, they control the phone. Oh, we don't want you on the phone anymore. I remember past seasons, we'd watch thing where the phone would go out and then the girls would think one of the other girls did something. You know, so the producers can kind of screw around with it. So I do understand where Tiara's coming from as far as being mad. I mean, throwing plants around and shit like that, like, that's a little excessive for me, but I don't know.
I kind of agree.
Cheyenne's
I
putting
kind of
herself
on the
in a
point.
box.
I would create. You want to be messy? I'm gonna create a bigger mess.
Yeah.
That's me. But with the whole phone thing, like, so then they had the part after she blew up about the phone thing. Cheyenne was on the phone right when the bed thing was going on. There's.
was
Do
like,
you think that was a real call waiting, or was that just production just adding that in for like the
thought it
whole
was
drama
real.
effect? I don't know.
But I
Only
think
reason-
TV's real.
No,
So,
I did think exactly what you're saying, but the only reason I thought it might have been real was because she did say, "Oh, I think someone's trying to call in." That's the only thing but that could have been spliced up. You never know. But then I was like, really, bitch? You just got yelled at. If you feel that 2 or 3 of the girls in the house don't like you, then comes a point where you may not want to give in, but you have to give in to a point of like, I can't have all these bitches attacking me right now.
Or
Unless you're
not.
Christina from a couple seasons ago.
Right, but at least Christina like owned it. Cheyenne's like, just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just seeing a weird.
She
side.
thought this was gonna be a free party.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So
well, we're supposed to be doing charity here? I'm trying to get my drink on.
So cut back.
cut back
Okay.
to the charity. You know, Cheyenne gets wasted there. Judy and Angie get on the bull, raising money.
Make it rain.
Cheyenne says that she was
in
dancing
the window
front,
and the door,
which we didn't see
walking
any
around with
shots
the
of that.
bucket.
Yeah, and wouldn't we have seen that?
Yeah, I feel like the producers would have made sure we saw that. And that she was more sober than all the girls put together.
And Angela.
Right.
Well, because it was ridiculous.
Yeah, totally. But my issue with that whole thing after the fact is when. Okay, so what are we? I'm sorry, you educate me. What is it when they're talking by themselves with the camera? What is that called?
Like a confession?
Yeah.
Okay, so Shelly has her little confessional speaking about what happened, and so it's after the fact, and she makes the comment. She says, "I raised all this money." So you know, she wanted everybody to be a group effort, but she wants to take all
The credit.
And she didn't even promote either.
Well, she didn't promote. Well,
And
I guess they did
that'd be
in the morning.
fine, but then give the other girls credit. Like, we raised all this
Right.
$501. We raised all this. But
We
this
rode
was-
that bull hard for that
I'm gonna
hundo.
save
Well,
this
no,
puppy.
and Shelly didn't, like you said, Shelly didn't even get on the bull.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
can MC. I'll MC. I'll fake it till
She
I make it.
emceed from the bull in the beginning, but I didn't see her ride nothing.
No, and so I feel like she should have passed that mic around, hopped up on the
Heard.
bull.
Right?
Because
You're in
honestly,
New Orleans.
if I was Cheyenne and I got pulled to that, that would have been the first thing out of my mouth. Like, I don't feel like doing it, and clearly you don't feel like doing it either. Here, you know what? I don't want to get on the bull, so give me the mic.
Totally. Get
You
those
get
big titties up on that bull. You're in New Orleans. Somebody's gonna throw you some beads.
But this isn't the first time that we've seen Shelly try to pull her like victimizing antics. Like she always wants to play.
I
the
think her
victim
girlfriend's
card.
glad to be in Iraq. You know, she has to take it in doses.
Well, speaking of a war zone, we see Judy, Tiara, and Stassi say, you know what? We want Cheyenne out the house. So they take her bed and they throw it in the pool.
We got to come up with some new tricks in
And
the
see,
bad
that's the thing
girl's
too. And
house.
of course,
like
so Cheyenne,
another
at the time, Cheyenne's
the
on the
pool.
phone, right? And Cheyenne's like, I think they're effing with my shit.
She's like, I'm just gonna sit right here and wait
stay
till
right
this is
here.
all over and my phone call's done.
I don't have expensive
Go
clothes
deal
like
with it.
Tasha.
Right.
I don't have any tags on my clothes.
Okay, she was about to return them. So
That's what I was thinking in my head. Like she
Like,
goes
why
out
would
wearing
you-
those outfits. She wanted to know what she was going to do so she could wear the outfit, hide that tag,
exactly.
and then bring that shit. Make sure the shit was clean.
Because if you're a girl, when you buy your new outfits, you take them home, you take the tags off, you walk them around the house in every shoe you own and see what works. And
She had like a caseload of Febreze.
oh my god.
So, I mean, that was pretty much the episode. So I
Wait,
guess,
Tiara and her long, elaborate stories.
go ahead, please.
It's like her lion
T.
jungle
Dalla is in
story.
the
T. Dalla
house.
from Gary, Indiana. She's her story about, there was ghosts and I was wearing this necklace and it was attracting the ghosts, and then Shelly came out with an
And you were in the
AK-47.
bathtub?
You're at the and Judy, I don't know where the hell you. She just has and then of course they add in with the drawings and
Oh
little
my God,
cartoons.
You know,
The
it's
little
funny
alien.
because I was talking to I told you guys this, but I was talking to Kevin about this show, and a lot of people dump on it. They'll watch every other reality show, but they're like, "No, not the Bad Girls. That's trash." To me, though, this show, and Kevin was pointing out as well, this show is so genius because, with shows like The Housewives, with shows like with Jersey Shore. I mean, Jersey Shore, they kind of make a mockery out of it too. But like The Housewives, Real World, they take it so seriously. This show, the editors are geniuses. I mean, from the music, the way they build the storyline with the music, like when Stassi was getting, today,
I'm Katrina.
yeah, and they kept doing like the video surveillance, like shaking,
Like
and,
Saw.
yeah, what other reality show has that? With the drawings coming up and adding all of this character.
Blind Date.
And yeah,
From back in the
exactly.
day.
Back in the day, Blind Date used to do to that sense of it, and that's what kept people coming back because no one wants to sit there and take this seriously, like they clearly aren't a couple that should be on a date together. But by adding in the little sayings and stuff like that, it just adds to the show, and I just think their editing on this show is incredible. In the plots that they want to build with these people. I don't know. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because Kevin brought that to my attention as far as, other people not really respecting it as far as a TV show.
Oh, could they?
The other thing is these girls going through the house the one thing I can't stand is a bad girl doesn't do this. A bad girl doesn't do
Girl,
that.
if you're really a bad girl, you don't need
You
to
don't need
say
to say it.
Okay.
You
A
don't?
bad girl is classy.
No, a bad girl.
Tiara, I will sit here with my mirror and lip gloss.
Yeah. And I think I would give Tiara the bad girl
Class alert.
card. No, because at least Stassi is. I feel like Stassi tries a little too hard to be a bad girl. Like you need to be creating these elaborate schemes, and you were playing a different role at the beginning. Now, if you went into this I'm gonna get these bitches, I'm gonna make sure I'm staying in this house.
Right.
I'm gonna set everybody up. If that's how you were playing this from the beginning, respect.
Maybe she got bad girl cabin fever.
That could happen.
Maybe.
I'm just over this shit. Could.
Now she's at her wit's end.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Shotgun.
You don't know who you're messing with.
I can't believe next week's the season finale.
I know. Now that it's getting all juiced up, I feel like it's cut too short.
Yeah, we need 3 more episodes.
Give me the beef.
Although I guess we do need a break from just this craziness that these girls be giving us. So next week we see everyone get sad and soppy because Judy's changed as a person. Which, I don't know. Because recently, and I wish I had pulled this up, I'll bring it up for next week. There's a video that was released of Judy on an airplane. And
Sweet
we don't really
Jesus.
see what started the incident, but Judy's cussing this guy out, telling him, I'm the baddest bitch, don't tell me, blah, all this stuff. I'm the new Natalie Nunn.
Keeping it 100.
She'd be on that tequila
This
tip.
video was maybe a minute and 45 seconds.
That's all you need sometimes.
She got kicked off the plane. End of story. Natalie Nunn replied to this video with a 45-minute Ustream video. Now, we had Natalie in here, and when I met her,
she was rad.
She was really cool.
She was rad.
She changed my perception of her as a person.
I want to go out and have some shots after
Yeah,
this. Like we could totally party with her.
And watching her put this video up, I was just like, why are you feeding into it? And I understand what she's coming from, because she was saying, like, don't let my name come out of your mouth. Like, you weren't there. You don't know what I was going through. Like, don't put me in the same category as you. But at the same time, I have to say, you put yourself in that category, one, by being on the show. Now, I understand you've tried to branch yourself away from that. Fine. But why are you even... do you think if someone said, I'm the baddest Beyonce or whatever, talking shit about Beyonce, you think Beyonce's going to go on Ustream and give like a 45-minute video of...
Her best way is to completely... Ignore. No, or, yeah, non-existent. Be oblivious to it.
Like if somebody...
You a non-mother effing factor.
Right. Wait, what was that what Judy said a few weeks ago? What was it? Her
No.
line?
Oh,
Stop
damn
acknowledging me.
Yeah, stop acknowledging me. That was the best line of this whole season. That's the best line. But I don't know. I don't believe that Natalie really is trying to branch away. She's trying to keep relevant to whatever is going on, right? So maybe it's just a ploy. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know. And I wasn't here when you guys interviewed her.
I mean, I definitely do think there is a little bit of relevance that you want to keep that title as you're the top one, because you have made yourself a name.
She's made an impression. She's made a lasting impression.
So, I don't know. But I'm excited for next week because we're going to see Stassi slam Shelly in the face.
Oh, my God.
I can't freaking wait.
Can't wait.
There's no predictions.
She's like, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to defend yourselves, bitches.
And then you lied to her face again.
She could ever even get the last of that sentence out.
So since we already saw that, what I really want to see is I want to see Angie's full reaction.
I do too.
Like,
she grabs her food and go, girl.
Not over my tacos.
I can't wait. I hope you guys can't wait too.
Cheaterville.com.
Cheaterville.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start outing bitches. And let's get the gay brand going too.
Let's do it.
I'm into it. All right, guys. So until next week, same time, same place. Keep it 100, bitches.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janedy, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later,
bitches.
AfterBuzz. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.